As Yara, we've been leading on the agricultural growth corridor idea since we first launched this idea at the UN General Assembly meeting back in 2008. I think what's exciting about what's happened since then is that this has moved to being something that is quite a significant multi-stakeholder process in its own right.
So we have worked to bring the partners together. It's a very powerful partnership, bringing together government, but also the development partners, the donors in country, and the private sector, both local and international. And our role in particular is to focus on specific investment opportunities, get those opportunities to the point where they are investment ready and they can attract private debt and equity investment.
At the heart of the model is how to take to scale agriculture in this particular area, but in a way that involves large numbers of small-scale farmers as they integrate into a collaborative, market-driven process. The challenge across the whole agriculture sector is that you have a fairly complicated value chain. I think what we're seeing now is an attempt to work at improving that value chain and how it works in favour of the farmer.
In these areas in rural Africa, agriculture, commercial agriculture, is very much an infant industry. You are talking about rural areas where often the last mile infrastructure is missing. In the growth corridors you have good backbone infrastructure, but the last 1 to 10 kilometres linking to the high potential farming areas is often not there in terms of electricity, in terms of water connections, in terms of feeder roads.
A number of international companies work with local companies, together with strong leadership coming from the Tanzanian government themselves, working with local civil society organisations to develop an investment blueprint that will take the existing rail line through the south of Tanzania that connects it with Zambia and look at where clusters of agricultural growth and development can be created along that given transport infrastructural hub, using that as the backbone to this agricultural growth. And then developing within those clusters specific value chains that where you look to improve the value chain from beginning to end. And what's exciting about what's being done in Tanzania is how the smallholder farmer is then integrated into this process. Whether it's amalgamation of smallholder farmers through producer associations, through outgrower networks, through hub and spoke approaches where you maybe have a central farm and a large number of smallholder farmers, but different models are being looked at to see what can really work.
In the Yara corridor in Mozambique, there is now in place a $12 million catalytic fund, which is being managed by AgDevCo. And we've already made investments in 6 medium-sized farming and processing projects, all of which incorporate smallholder farmers. So for example, a project called Phoenix Seeds is multiplying quality seed locally adapted to the conditions in the corridor for cereal crops and pulses, making those seeds available to over 100,000 farmers. A very clear and direct benefit for the farmers who receive the seed. The project also involves 100 small farmers as outgrowers growing the seed and selling it into the processing and marketing hub. This finance can be used to help overcome the costs of inputting the infrastructure, or to help with the costs of building relationships with smallholder farmers. But that finance comes with very clear strings attached. If you are, as a private business, to access this funding, then you must demonstrate very clearly that you are working with the local community, that you're working with smallholder farmers, you're linking them to markets, and you're doing that project in an environmentally and socially responsible way.